Good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name is David Fricke. But a lot of people tell me that I should run for political office. And I've taken that to heart. And I've done a lot of soul searching. My family and I have had numerous discussions and I've done a ton of research. But before I make any decision, I had to figure out who I am and what I stand for. I'm just a businessman that's completely sick of Washington and its policies and the way people are treated. In our graphics company, I see a lot of people come in wanting to start their own business. They have the greatest ideas and motivation like you've never seen before. Some have just been laid off, or some spouses don't want to sit at home anymore. And the best are the young ones, just out of school and full of energy. Now this is great, but with needless licensing, tight regulations, and enormous upfront expenses, it's sometimes just not possible. The employment participation rate is at an all-time low. This means people have left the workforce and just gave up. But however you want to say it, people are unemployed. People can't find a job. We need to create an environment that is ripe for job creation. And this includes reducing the regulations and policies that are preventing new industry and the expansion of existing. Now, Wisconsin has a 3.2 unemployment rate, but it has some great skilled jobs that need to be filled. But there is lack of qualified labor. We need to create job training programs that everyone has access to. People want to work. They want to support their families. They want to regain dignity and self-respect. And I know healthcare is a priority for every person and every family everywhere. The creation of Obamacare has given people insurance that they never thought they could afford. It has saved lives and made families whole. However, it has also increased the premiums of those who currently had insurance and taken away their doctors and their plans. Businesses have been forced to reduce hours and cut full-time labor to avoid the extensive costs and mandates of Obamacare. Overall, it has hurt more than it has helped. The lower your premiums by $2,500, that was a lie. Premiums are up. People cannot afford health insurance. And some families have to choose between food or healthcare premiums. Insurance should be able to be purchased across state lines, just like car and homeowners insurance, just like college savings plans, just like anything else in the free market. Health insurance is the only regulated industry that limits what and where you can buy. Competition lowers prices. Now, health and family services is really important to me, namely foster care. We are foster parents, entering the foster care service just over 2 years ago, and we were shocked at what we witnessed. Children are being lost in the system. And the most depressing part is seeing them move what little belongings they have in a garbage bag. We formed a foster care foundation that not only collects physical items but works to help foster parents navigate the complicated state benefit system. You're essentially taking care of the state's children, and they will fight you every which way when you ask for help. We also want to reform just who can be a foster parent. We know there is a shortage of foster parents, but letting just anyone be a foster parent is not helping the children. We want to introduce legislation to require all new and existing foster parents to undergo a specific training program that teaches you not only how to deal with troubled foster kids, but teach them correct behaviors and help them grow into strong young adults. You must always remember that these children are in the system due to no fault of their own. Now look, I'm not a politician. Everybody knows that. I'm an everyday kind of guy. I've made millions of dollars and I've lost $1 million. I know what it's like to scrape up change for a pack of cigarettes, and I know what it's like to have a credit card that buys anything you want. And then again, I know what it's like to lose every single thing you've worked for. Now, we've got smart people all over this country, and current career politicians and millionaires, they think they know what's best. They think they're smarter than you. Yeah, I've made millions, but I know people that haven't, that are way smarter than I am. They just haven't been given a voice, haven't been given a chance. And if they did, nobody would take them seriously anyway, because their net worth was too low. Congress in Washington has become too complacent. They've amassed too much power. And tell me how a $174,000 a year job can turn people into multimillionaires inside of 6.5 years. If you watch CNN or Fox News, just look at the congressmen and senators and look how smug look on their faces as they speak about how they're doing what they're doing for the country, how they're protecting your interest, how they're battling the establishment, or how they resist the other party at all costs, how they will filibuster a bill because they don't like it or it doesn't fit their agenda, or how They don't like it because who wrote it? See a problem here? It's a battle between left and right. It's not a battle between good and evil. It's a battle for your livelihood. There's no way the Democrats will ever agree with anything the Republicans say or do. They will never work together. It will hurt their pride too much. And it just doesn't fit the agenda. And all while this is happening, your jobs are disappearing. Your infrastructure is crumbling. Healthcare is declining. Cities are falling apart. Law enforcement is being ridiculed and set up for failure. And illegal immigration is out of control. And do the Washington elites care? No. They just care about their agenda and FaceTime with the cameras. So that's where I come in. I will work for you. I will change things for you. I will make them listen to you. We'll create jobs. We'll create training programs so people can fill the skilled jobs. We'll get the health care straightened out. We'll help our veterans. We'll help the children, and we'll get stuff done. My name is David Fricke, and I'm not running for office just yet. Here's what I'm going to do. My initial plan was to run for United States Senate. Yep, I know. Big visions. But if you know me, you know I don't do anything small. And when I put my mind to something, I do it. But due to the lack of experience right now, I figured it best to fight from the outside. I can do more battling for you right here on the front lines and not have to worry about the politically correct DC lawmakers. So that's why I, David Fricke, am throwing my full support behind Paul Nehlen for United States Congress for 2018. And I urge you to do the same. Now, Mr. Nehlen challenged Paul Ryan in 2016. He only had 4 months to go. Challenged him on the Trans-Pacific Partnership and forced Ryan to back off. He considered that a win. So do I. Now, this time is going to be different. With a lean campaign, a town hall every week until the primary, and a grassroots effort, and a lot of coffee, we can win this. Now, Mr. Nehlen shares the same values and concerns as I do. We need to work on the economy, increasing manufacturing, helping small businesses, reduce the corporate tax rate to 12% versus Ryan's 25%. We need to curb illegal immigration. America was built by immigrants, legal immigrants. Let's secure that southern border with a wall, not a fence. And mind you, this has been Paul Nehlen's stance from the beginning, since last year. Paul Ryan just put out a propaganda video of him on a pony wanting to build a wall all of a sudden, now that election time is around the corner. The Second Amendment is important to ourselves, to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. We need to oppose all efforts to impose gun control. As a pro-life advocate, we need to protect the human life. We need to defund Planned Parenthood. Our military needs to be strengthened. We're not going to be the strongest power in the world by talking it out. Healthcare costs have skyrocketed. Premiums are out of control. Wisconsin needs to decide what's best for Wisconsin, not some bureaucrat in Washington that's never even been here. Education control needs to be at the state level. Let the parents and teachers decide what's best for their children. And term limits. Everyone feels like every politician says the same thing over and over again. I will go to Washington and I will never become one of those. And they end up staying forever and falling into the trap. This is why Mr. Nehlen has pledged to serve no more than 3 terms in the United States House. He'll support legislation limiting senators to 3 terms, House of Representatives to 3 terms, and the Supreme Court justices to 1 16-year term. Enough's enough. So again, I want to thank everyone that pushed me to do something. Now, even though I'm not running yet, I will work with representatives locally, nationally, and regionally on your behalf. And I will work tirelessly, win or lose. And watch out for 2024. On behalf of myself and my family, I thank you for your support. God bless you all, and have a great weekend.